Hi, I'm SpongeBob SquarePants. Press the free like button if you think that there's a strong possibility that Squidward might be a closet homosexual. I mean, have you ever seen him with a woman before?
Now listen, I try my best to avoid the black versus white narrative, the black versus white conversation, because this is a pro wrestling channel where I commentate over fake pro wrestling. But this has a lot to do with fake pro wrestling and the double standard that you dumb fucks are just weirdos, right? I don't get it. I hear the dumb phrase of, well, I can separate the art from the person. Okay, by that same logic, why can't you do that with OJ Simpson? It's crazy, man. Ever since 1994, people have been defending OJ Simpson's ex-wife, who is now dead. I'm like, bruh, what are you defending? Oh, right, this bitch was a white girl. Oh, right, just because she a white bitch, you can defend her, right? Okay, what if this bitch was black? Oh yeah, you would not defend her. If her ass was black, you would not defend her. But she's a poor little innocent white bitch. Even though this bitch was a drug addict and a whore. That's facts. She was a whore and a drug addict. She was bringing men over to her house every week to fuck them, even though her kids were in the house. And OJ was trying his best to tell her, listen, don't do that. And here's what I mean. At least my guy was found not guilty. Why? They didn't have any evidence. All the evidence was circumstantial at best. So they couldn't get him. And this dude had a fucking dream team. But let's talk about Chris Benoit. Every time I say the name Chris Benoit, I get his weirdo fans telling me to say his name correctly. That's odd, because his case is closed. They are not looking for the killer. Why? Because he is the killer, right? Let me tell you I can't say fun fact. Let me tell you a fact that nobody brings up, right? This is a sad fact. Okay, this is the man that you are defending. You are defending a man that put his son in the crippler crossface, right? He did not put his son in a regular chokehold. He put his son in the crippler crossface. Google it, look it up. That's what the detectives found out. The autopsy found that out. He put his son in the crippler crossface. So let me tell you more facts, right? This guy did it. His case is closed. He did it, right? So that's why I always shit on Chris Benoit, because this guy was a shit person and this guy had a fucked up brain. So this guy was going nuts and this dude was on steroids. Steroids can lead to depression, but at the same time, this guy left a suicide note. So what are you defending? This makes no sense. How can you say you can separate the art from the guy when you don't give R. Kelly that leeway, right? But you give Chris Benoit that leeway when his case is closed. This dude killed himself and his family. What is there to defend here? Let's talk about OJ Simpson. He didn't do it. He was found not guilty. And let's talk about his civil trial. Okay, the only reason he lost the civil trial was because they wanted to get him back for winning his double homicide trial. That was payback. That's why they did it. Dog, that makes no sense. How can you win a murder trial but lose your civil trial? Why? That was payback. That's why they did it. That was payback because they lost the murder trial. That had nothing to do with him doing it. That was payback, so that means nothing. That's my fucking point. So I have mountains of fucking evidence to prove that guy didn't do it. Now, let's talk about his dead wife. Let's talk about Ron Goldman. Okay. Fun fact, OJ Simpson left Nicole for another woman. So why would he kill her? why would he kill Nicole? Like, why? He moved on to another woman, and on top of that, she was trying to get him back. Nicole was trying to get him back. But OJ said, no, man, I moved on with another woman. I can't go back to you. She was begging him back. So, it's not in his character to kill anybody. Listen, OJ, the Juice Man, was a cocky, arrogant goofball that was a know-it-all. He was very self-aware of what he was doing in his life. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He wasn't dumb. He was not stupid. This guy loved life. He was a fun-loving, goofy-ass dude that did not take himself seriously. So, let's talk about all of his friends, his close friends that are celebrities. They always say he didn't do it because they know him on a personal level. It's not in his character to kill anybody. He's a dog. He's a goofball. He's a goofy that didn't take himself seriously, but he loved life. He would never toss away his life like that. Why? He moved on with another woman. But let's talk about Nicole, this white girl that you racist incels keep defending. Wow. Let me give you dirt on this woman. Did you know that OJ was trying to tell this woman, do not bring men to my household while my kids are there? But guess what, bitch? She was doing it. Did you know she was fucking young men in his household that he paid for while his kids were in the house? That's what the fuck she was doing. And she was a drug addict. And let's talk about Ron Goldman. They did not have a sexual relationship. He was a drug runner. He was her drug guy. That's all. He was nothing more than her drug runner. This girl was a drug addict, but y'all didn't know that. I don't know why, right? So this is the story. The guy who did do it, he's in jail. This was a home invasion gone wrong. This was a robbery gone wrong. This chick had a habit of selling stuff to buy drugs. That's what this was. This was a drug bust home invasion. This had a lot to do with her activities that had nothing to do with OJ. She was trying to sell tons of shit to buy drugs. So this was a home invasion gone wrong. Now, this is what I heard from a close source, a huge source that knows everything about OJ, the Juice Man. This is his story, right? He said that OJ hired somebody to break into Nicole's house so he can steal her jewelry. Why? Because this bitch had a habit of selling stuff to buy drugs. So he told me that OJ hired this guy to break in and to steal her shit so she won't buy any drugs with it. But she was not supposed to be at the house, right? So this whole plan got botched. I heard this guy went rogue. Once Ron Goldman and Nicole walked in on him, that's when he took him out. That's what I heard. This guy went rogue because he got caught in the house. This is what I was told. So this has nothing to do with OJ, the Juice Man. This guy went rogue, but he got away with it. The guy that killed both of them got away with it. He's in jail for a different crime. That's what I heard. But the whole point is, that's why they couldn't find any evidence to link OJ that he killed both these people. Because it's not in his nature. It's not his character. Listen, OJ is a weird guy. He's a cocky, arrogant, goofy ass dude, but he ain't no killer. He's not a killer. He is a white guy in a black man's body, okay? He is a nerd. He's a geek. OJ is a corny ass dude, but he's not a killer. It's not in his nature. He had too much to fucking live for. That's my point. But to compare that to Chris Benoit, a guy that killed his family, man, like the case is closed. How, dog, I don't love wrestling to this level. And here's what I mean. Let's say Stone Cold Steve Austin, God forbid, let's say he did the same thing as Chris Benoit. Bro, I would say fuck Stone Cold Steve Austin forever. He would be off my Mount Rushmore. I would never in my life want to see another Stone Cold Steve Austin match ever again. I would say fuck Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hell, bro, I would call him Stunning Steve Austin. Bro, I would call him the fucking ringmaster. Because I'm real. This is what I mean. I am an anti-hero. I'm not a face. I'm not a good guy. But I'm not a heel. I am an anti-hero, meaning I stand up for what's right. I say shit that you should be saying. That's my point. I stand up for what's wrong. I stand up for injustice that people are not trying to call out. And here's what I mean. You want to defend a psychopath like Chris Benoit, but I want to stand up for OJ, a guy that was found not guilty. Who's wrong and who's right here? There's mountains of evidence that Chris Benoit killed his son and his wife, hence why the case is closed. So who is in a right here, right? Who's a fucking idiot? Not me. At least my guy got off because there was no evidence. The glove didn't fit. That's my point. So that's what I mean. I am an anti-hero. I'm not a heel. I'm not a hero. I'm an anti-hero. Because I say shit that people don't got the balls to say. When people say dumb shit, I call them out. Because other people are not trying to call them out. If I feel like the majority of people are saying the same thing, I'm going to go the opposite way. Because that ain't right. That makes no sense. Why are damn near the majority of people trying to say the same thing? I'm like, nah, bro, that's weird. I'm going the opposite way, right? If people are saying that CM Junk did not lunge at Tony Khan, man, bitch, I'm going the opposite way. I have eyes. Two men held him back. That's why all he did was point and yell at Tony Khan, man. Why? Because he was held back by Chris Hero and Jerry Lynn. Two big guys that are bigger than him. Okay? Just imagine if Chris Hero and Jerry Lynn did not hold back CM Junk. What would he do to Tony Khan, man, when he was on edge? He just put Jack Perry in a guillotine chokehold. So this guy is on edge. Bro, have you been in a fight? The moment you get done fighting, bro, you want to fight some more. Let me repeat for the people in the back. When you get done being in a fight, you want to fight some more. And you don't care who's around you because you are on a high, an anger high. You don't care who's fucking next. So you don't know what CM Junk was going to do to Tony Khan, man, when he was angry. So yes, he was lunging at Tony Khan, man, until he was held back by Chris Hero and Jerry Lynn. This is why I'm an anti-hero. Because you don't speak about that. All you marks are sheep. I ain't no fucking sheep. I'm an alpha. I lead the herd, right? I'm a dog. I lead the herd. I lead the pack. I'm the top dog. I don't follow no nigga. If 95% of people are saying the same thing about that video, bitch, I'm going the opposite way. Because that ain't right. How can the majority of people are actually saying the same thing? Hell no, that ain't right. That's dumb. No. I saw CM Junk lunging at Tony Khan until he was held back. You fucking clowns. When you were held back, all you can do is point and yell. That's what he did, but he did attempt to lunge. That's why I'm an anti-hero. Because I have the balls to say shit that you don't want to say. You want to fucking blend in? You want to fucking fit in? Nah, bitch, fuck you. I'm alpha. I lead myself. I don't care if this guy is saying it, that guy, this guy, that girl, fuck you. I follow my own path. If I see it, I'm gonna talk about it. If I see bullshit, I'm going to call that shit out. If I see that I'm seeing a double standard, people are praising Chris Benoit, but you don't want to praise OJ Simpson, the guy that was found not guilty. Hold on, man. Just imagine if this guy was fucking white. Holy shit. Okay. What if this was, I don't know, John Riggins, right? What if this was Christian McCaffrey? What if he was on trial for killing his wife and her friend? I guarantee this. People would be on Team Christian. Seriously. It's because OJ is fucking black. People are afraid of us black men, as you should be, bitch. Okay? White people are scared of us black men, as you should be, bitch. But the point is, people see us as the fucking boogeyman. I don't know why, but you don't see Chris Benoit, a white boy from Canada, who put his son in the crippler crossface. That is unforgivable. But you want to say, you can say, well, I can separate the art from the guy? Are you sick? No, I can't do it. I've never watched not one Chris Benoit match ever since his last match against Elijah Burks. That's the last time I saw this guy wrestle. It was against Elijah Burks in ECW. That's the last match I saw. Ever since then, it's fuck him. Hell no. But listen, I'm like Black Adam. That's my point. I'm like Black Adam, where I do the right thing, but I do it in my own way. Where I'll do the right thing, but I have a funny way of showing it. That is an anti-hero. I say shit and do shit that the regular good guy would never do, but I do it my way. I don't do things that Clark Kent would do. I do things that Batman would do. I do things that Black Adam would do. I don't do things that the fucking Flash would do. That's my point. But to make a long story short, I'm trying to point out the double standard, the hypocrisy. I'm like, you got mountains of evidence. Chris Benoit, he had the brain of a senior citizen. That's how fucked up his head was. I'm like, do you know about brain damage? This guy had a senile brain. He was not in his right mind. Bro, at least OJ was always in his right mind. Like, listen, at the end of the day, he was found not guilty, bro. Good Lord, man. It's crazy being a white boy in today's society, man. It's crazy, man. So a white boy can kill his son and his wife and still get praised for it after death, right? That's weird, man. This is like Ted Bundy shit. This is fucking Charles Manson like shit. It's weird. This is a cult. Why are white people always the faces of cults, right? You nerds are the same people that was praising Ted Bundy. But when it's a black man, you say, fuck him, he's evil. He's done, he's awful. Even though he was found not guilty. This is crazy. Crazy. There's evidence he killed his son, his wife. That's why the case is closed. It's over. Move on. It's crazy because people don't give a fuck about the people who knew Chris Benoit on a personal level. And here's what I mean. Okay, what if you was related to a Chris Benoit? Would you still praise him? Right? What if you had a cousin or a brother or a best friend, something, and he killed himself, his wife, and his son? Would you still praise him? Right? It's like you people are fucking sickos. It's like you don't care about Chris Benoit's other members of his family that had to fucking see it and go through it. You don't care about them? Like, it makes no fucking sense. So, you don't care that Chris Benoit took out his family. You don't want to jump in their shoes. This man has cousins, a father, a mom, nieces, nephews, etc. So you want to praise him? Like, why? They are not praising this man, but you are? Like I said, what if you had a member of your family who did the same thing that Chris Benoit did? Would you say, oh yeah, I can separate the art from the wrestler? Bitch, fuck you. You are a sicko in the head. Anybody who says that, my God, man. Listen, all I gotta say is, you niggas are fucking sickos. Anybody who supports Chris Benoit in 2024, knowing what he did. But you want to bury OJ though, right? A guy who was found not guilty. No, bitch, fuck you. And fuck Chris Benoit. I hope he burns in hell for what he did. That's it. I'm done.